Going to the Sun Road, Jack Torrance's drive toward the true nature of existence and God in The Shining. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining opens with a seemingly innocuous yet haunting scene, Jack Torrance driving up Montana's, going to the Sun Road, winding through stark mountains and vast wilderness toward the Overlook Hotel. On the surface, it's just a road trip. A family man, debatable, heading to his new job as winter caretaker. But Kubrick, ever the master of layered imagery, infuses the scene with existential weight. This is no mere drive, it's a metaphysical journey, a slow crawl toward the abyss of the Overlook, and, by extension, the true nature of existence and God. Jack isn't just going to the Overlook, he's heading straight into the void, toward a confrontation with divine indifference, or perhaps divine malevolence. Let's explore how this deceptively simple drive sets the stage for Jack's unravelling and Kubrick's cheeky exploration of humanity's desperate search for meaning in an uncaring cosmos. The road as a metaphor for the journey to truth. Going to the Sun Road, with its dramatic switchbacks and dizzying heights, is no ordinary road. It's a metaphor for humanity's tortured path toward understanding the true nature of existence. A journey fraught with peril, beauty, and the occasional terrifying plunge off a metaphorical cliff. An ascent to revelation. As Jack's car snakes its way up the mountain, it mirrors the classic motif of climbing toward enlightenment. Yet this isn't the serene clarity of a Tibetan mountaintop. It's a Kubrickian revelation, where the truth is as horrifying as it is inscrutable. The Overlook, as the divine, the Overlook Hotel looms at the end of the road like a celestial temple or a cosmic trap. Its grandeur suggests a place of higher understanding, but its malevolent energy reveals the horrifying possibility that enlightenment isn't salvation, it's madness. Nature as a reflection of the divine. The scenery along Going to the Sun Road is breathtaking, towering peaks, endless forests and deep glacial valleys. Yet Kubrick's eerie aerial shots and Wendy Carlos's ominous score transform this natural beauty into something foreboding. It's as if the landscape itself is a manifestation of God's indifference, or perhaps his wrath. Sublime terror. The road's grandeur evokes the sublime, that mix of awe and terror that makes you feel tiny in the face of nature's vastness. For Jack, this isn't a comforting realization. The road's majesty isn't a reflection of a loving God, but a reminder of how utterly insignificant and powerless he is. The road as predestination, Jack's journey up the mountain feels less like a choice and more like a fated march toward his doom. Going to the Sun Road becomes a literal road to nowhere, a cosmic joke where God, or the Overlook, has already stacked the deck. Jack Torrance, a modern Job or a modern Lucifer. Jack's role in The Shining can be interpreted through two contradictory biblical archetypes, Job and Lucifer. Both are figures who grapple with the nature of God and existence, albeit from very different angles. Jack as Job, like the biblical Job, Jack finds himself tested. He faces isolation, madness, and the weight of forces he doesn't understand. Yet unlike Job, Jack fails the test spectacularly, succumbing to rage and violence rather than emerging with newfound faith. His enlightenment isn't a deeper understanding of God, it's the realization that he's utterly alone. Jack as Lucifer, alternatively, Jack's journey up Going to the Sun Road can be seen as a descent into rebellion. If the Overlook is God's domain, Jack's eventual breakdown and defiance represent humanity's refusal to submit to divine indifference. Unfortunately for Jack, this rebellion doesn't lead to empowerment, it leads to his icy demise in the hedge maze. Kubrick's cosmic God, indifferent or malevolent. The opening scene's ominous tone hints at Kubrick's bleak vision of God, or whatever force governs the universe. The beauty of Going to the Sun Road contrasts with its terrifying implications. This isn't a loving creator at work, but a vast, indifferent machine grinding away without concern for humanity. Indifference as horror, the sheer scale of the landscape and the Overlook's isolation emphasize humanity's insignificance. Jack's journey suggests that any attempt to understand the divine will end in despair, not enlightenment. Malevolence as humour, alternatively, the Overlook, and by extension God, could be seen as actively malevolent. The hotel lures Jack with promises of purpose and fulfilment, only to destroy him. It's cosmic slapstick, with Jack as the unwitting punchline, the car ride as a symbol of Jack's descent. Even before Jack sets foot in the Overlook, the car ride up Going to the Sun Road foreshadows his unravelling. Wendy and Danny chatter in the back seat, oblivious to the weight of the journey, while Jack stares ahead with a simmering impatience that hints at his future breakdown. The family as a facade, the seemingly normal family road trip, masks the dysfunction and violence bubbling beneath the surface. Jack's forced smiles and curt responses reveal a man already on the brink, and the road only intensifies his descent. The isolation of the driver, Jack's position behind the wheel, symbolizes his loneliness. He's literally driving his family toward their doom, but they're too preoccupied with trivia to notice. The road becomes a metaphor for Jack's isolation, both physical and emotional. Conclusion: Going to the sun and finding the abyss. The opening of The Shining, with Jack Torrance driving up Going to the Sun Road, is more than just a scenic introduction. It's a journey into the heart of existence itself. The road, the Overlook, and Jack's unravelling all point to Kubrick's central theme, the search for meaning in a universe that offers only indifference, or worse, malice. Jack's drive isn't just a trip to a hotel, it's a pilgrimage to confront the divine, the infinite, and the incomprehensible. Yet instead of answers, Jack finds only madness, violence, and his own frozen reflection in the Overlook's icy maze. Kubrick's genius lies in making this existential journey both terrifying and hilarious. A cosmic road trip with no destination, just endless switchbacks on the road to nowhere.